Good morning out there, everybody. It's Friday morning, and this is World of Warships news. We have an awful lot to talk about today. First thing on the docket is going to be the update. The update's going to take place July 24th, or as we all like to call it, Monday morning between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. Sometimes they run a little bit long, and the update's going to run about 4.8 gigs or so. If you haven't heard, Azure Lane Commanders are actually coming back, not just one wave, but all of them. In case there's something you've been looking to pick up for a long time, this is going to be your opportunity. There is a lot of new content coming to the game, from anywhere from training rooms to boats, and it sounds like, unfortunately, the campaign this month is going to be a big hard pass. So let's go start with the update, shall we? And then we'll see where we go. One of the biggest things we can talk about, obviously, is training rooms. I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. If the CMs are posting about it, it's coming in the next update. Turns out, yes, we are getting training rooms. From what we've seen, you're not going to be able to pick individual locations, which that's going to make things pretty tricky for people like me who want to use this to make content. Can you take 9 on 9 of your friends, throw them together, see what happens? Yes, you can. But from a spectator standpoint, there's not going to be any way we can spectate. How they got around this on PC is they would take 2 destroyers, put them in the corner of the map, let them ram, and then boom, you have 2 spectators. We're not going to be able to do that. So hopefully this is the basic part of training rooms, and hopefully they add to the UI, at least to give us that ability where we can manually put people in a couple locations so we can have spectators. But alas, this is good. It's a good start. We're on the right path. Hopefully they follow it up with some more updates. Legends turns 4 years old. It took us 4 years, but we finally got at least the basic parts of training rooms. Yes. Now, I want to come back to this real quick. This treasure hunt web event, okay? This is something they've done in the past, but there's going to be a paywall if you want to end up getting one of the ships that's coming in. The treasure hunt web event is going to help cut the cost, but regardless, there's still going to be a paywall wrapped around Congress. Skipping over the campaign ship real quick, Congress looks to be one of the most exciting cruisers. On paper, Congress delivers a heck of a punch. And what I mean by that is people are calling this thing an Alaska minus a couple of barrels, okay? It's got a double and then a triple turret on the front. They're calling this kind of an Alaska at tier 7. And from the rumors I've been hearing floating around, it is pretty darn decent. Now, there's obvious numbers that we don't know, things like Sigma, but from the rumors around, it's pretty accurate. And if that's the case, this thing, it might be something. But the reason I'm talking about this is because there's a paywall wrapped around Congress. They did this a little while back when they had, it was one of the Japanese DDs they brought in. And what I mean by paywall is they always have some special event currency. And that is how I think this thing is going to be purchased, is that through that event currency. And there's going to be a paywall, so you're going to have to buy crates. You can do the treasure hunt thing I just showed you. You can purchase the campaign. Both of those are going to give you extra currency. But then past that, I have been told that there's not going to be any way to pick this thing up unless you open your wallet and buy more than just the campaign. Moving on, the Repulse is coming in. I believe this is going to be a similar thing, but I don't believe I think you're going to have enough currency to unlock the Repulse. I do not believe this is going to be a paywall thing. I think if you just do the online treasure hunt, and you might have enough right there from that. If you don't, might have to pick up the campaign. Either way, let's go talk about the campaign ship, because by and large, that's the most purchased vessel in all of World of Warships. And it's pretty obvious to know why. You get something usually decent for quite a bit less than you would be buying it in the store. Unfortunately, this one is going to miss the mark pretty hard. A lot of people picked up Marco Polo not that long ago. Marco Polo in and of itself is fairly average. That being said, this thing might come in and have some better gimmicks to it. It is going to offer up radar. But here's going to be the kicker. You're going to have a really low Sigma. It's like 1.7. So in terms of accuracy, it's going to be almost non-existent. In terms of secondaries, not going to be impressive. So we'll have to see whenever the CCs get the thing and they start playing it. And I'm sure there's going to be a few that are just, oh, this is the best thing in the world, guys. You got to buy it. On paper, as of right now, this thing is going to be a big pass. As stated before, Azure Lane's coming back. All the commanders, if you're wanting to pick one up, you're going to have the ability during this next update. This is very nice. I super approve of this. And this isn't a static picture from the rumors that I've heard. This is actually like a little miniature moving background of clips. It looks pretty clean. Looking at it myself, it's a nice change. I don't know about you guys personally. I always thought the main menu looked like it was thrown together in 30 minutes. This looks nicer. This looks more inviting. That's just me. Some people are stuck in their ways and they don't like things to change. You improve things, I give it a big thumbs up. Let's go to everyone's absolute favorite topic because this is pretty substantial. Two things got nerfed this update, and they didn't just get nerfed. I mean, they got cut in half. Arc Royal, people that love Tier 5, they all know about Arc Royal. Everyone always says how overpowered it is, but I've played it, and I, to this day, never found how disgustingly overpowered it was. But the community census is that Arc Royal is overpowered. So, I just got done talking to a guy that actually held the Arc Royal record for quite some time, and he told me that this nerf is not going to do anything to destroyers or cruisers. And he said it was a crutch given to the guys that play the battleships. Obviously, the damage is reduced. Obviously, the fire chance is reduced. The pin is reduced. But Wargaming always likes to do small tweaks here and small tweaks here to see how it plays out down the road. And on this one, they just said, cut it in half. Cut it right at the 55% line. Cut it. I don't know. Maybe this is something new from the balancing department. The second thing that's getting nerfed is Pinto. And I'll be honest, secondaries in this game are completely for fun. They're not to be taken seriously. Until this thing comes into the game. This thing's secondaries hurt. Like, I've never considered a secondary build to be a viable, game-winning point of damage. But I'm here to tell you, Pinto, full secondary build, you can be going head-to-head. You could be bow on. You could be in a cruiser. You could be anything. That thing hurts. I'm talking it chunks thousands of damage per second off of your health. Like being on a quad fire. These things secondaries actually really impressed me. But with this update, they're cutting stuff in half, and they are literally cutting Pinto in half. So instead of making a minor tweak here or a minor tweak there, they're reducing Pinto's secondary output by 40%. That is a significant margin. Now, going forward, this last update, we got several ships, and damage records have been set. Obviously, the Salem came into the game, extremely good boat. Here is the damage record. 294k from Menacing Coyote. Very nice. Tulsa doesn't have a record yet, but Ager does. 266k. Wow, look at all those medals. That was from KMS Ironblood. Very impressive. As always, appreciate you clicking on this video of World of Warships news. If you like the content, drop it a like. If you feel like it, go into the comments section and tell me what you think about this upcoming update. That's all I have for you for right now. Have a good weekend, everybody.